Hey, what's going on, family? Welcome back to the Make a Buck with a Truck podcast. It's your boy Big Mike Ray back at you. And today, what we're going to talk about is big companies acquiring other companies to be able to push the little man out of the way. Okay, so in essence, what's happening is that you got companies like JB Hunt who acquired BNSF brokerage part of it so that they could corner the market in the freight. Okay, and when you do that, what happens is that JB Hunt has a bidding process where you have to bid on loads from their load boards, where BNSF pays the highest rates as far as brokerage goes in the United States. Okay, so I've carried BNSF loads to like going out to solar farms, and they get some of the best contracts because of their ability to be able to move freight on rail and in and on the road. So what we have to think about is that if JB Hunt acquired BNSF brokerage part of it, that means JB Hunt has just cornered the market on freight that we as owner operators would now have to bid on for a lower price. Okay, so what it does is it cuts our rates, and they don't want to pay fuel surcharge and stuff like that. So they want you to bid out at the least amount, so they can put all of their money on the top, collect all their money on the top, and therefore add to their bottom line. So, and another company just acquired UPS just acquired MNX. Okay, so part of my teaching process and what I teach my students is that create you a side hustle within the trucking. Okay, and that side hustle is possibly being a TSA certified carrier. Well, MNX is one of the top, MNX Global Logistics is what it is, one of the top carrier services where they carry for hospitals, hearts, stuff like that. And they can go to airports and places like that. So they have by UPS just acquiring them, what happens is that it puts us in a position where uh, the side hustle for my students are going to be lessened because they're going to reach out to all the big contracts, all the big hospitals and medical carrier services out there, and they're going to ask them to come into them and be able to push all of that logistics through UPS. So you can see these bigger companies coming in acquiring these smaller companies. Trimac just acquired a company for oil to move the oil now. So if we look at it, all of these things are taking place, and even all of the AB5 law in California and stuff like that to be able to push the smaller people out, therefore killing the entrepreneurial dream. They want you to go in and work for these big companies, and therefore it'll cut your pocket. They get to cap your salary. And I don't know about you, I've driven for companies before, and every time I get to 2,500 miles, or try to get a little bit more than that, I get this to a certain amount of money, they'll cut my week. I'll sit a day, or they'll send me home and stuff like that. So we got to realize that in order for you to be able to take care of your business and take care of your future, you have to get your own company, and you have to be out here working for either an asset-based company that has a broker who's going to go and look out for your best interest. And I'm going to continue to push this for the smaller man to be able to come together as a collective whole. 3 or 4 of you all get together. You know what I'm saying? Send somebody to broker school, which you don't have to go to school. Let's make sure that's straight. But you pool your resources, get the $75,000 surety bond. You know what I'm saying? Which means you have to have $10,000 liquid in the bank. You get the surety bond, and then start to do sales on your own. Have somebody that's a high eye. I talk about the disc assessment. Have somebody that's a high eye, that's not afraid to talk to people, to go out and to have a discussion in sales with these different people, with these different shippers and stuff like that. That way we can be able to sustain ourselves as owner operators and as company owners within this market. Because if not, the whole push is to push the little man out, and to be able to push the mom and pop shops out. So unless a mom and pop shop has direct freight from a shipper, direct freight from a certified liable broker, that's the only way that they're going to be able to maintain. Okay, so what I want to talk about next is having the proper equipment that you need to be able to get to your loads, get your loads done. So I'm a flatbed driver, and what I want to talk about is I'm just partnering with Mighty. So Mighty has tarps, they have coil racks, they have corner protectors, straps, everything you need to be able to get what you want and at a lower price. So, because if you go to Fleet Equipment and try to buy a tarp, that tarp is probably going to cost you even for a 4 foot tarp. Tarp probably can cost you up to $400. Where you can go to Mighty and get it for two. You know what I'm saying? So it's just something for you to think about. You know, I'll leave a link in the description, and you can go in and get with Mighty and just kind of use the link to be able to go in and buy the things that you need. Okay, so let's make sure we have the proper equipment we need. Make sure we're keeping our family safe, because every strap on that load, you have to put one on there for yourself, for your safety, one on there for your family safety, and the other one on there for the general public safety. So you can never over secure. You can always under secure. So let's make sure we're getting these loads secured and make sure we're out here driving safe and doing the things that we're supposed to do. Because one of the reasons why they're considering, well, which they actually passed a law knocking trucks down to 65 miles an hour, because they feel like that it's going to be safer. Well, in all actuality, what's going to happen is you're going to create a big traffic jam. Four wheelers, people are impatient. We call them four wheelers. The cars are going to be struggling to try to pass the other trucks, and guess what happens? Now you look at an opportunity to raise the ability to have an accident. All right, so that's just a couple of things I want to shoot by you all. You know what I'm saying? We still can make a buck with a truck out here. I'm finna get ready to partner with a guy in the northern area, and we're gonna talk. We call them ice skaters, because he'll drive anywhere at any time. So we're gonna be having these conversations. I want you to remember to check out Reload Board. You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to be an opportunity for us to make brokers be transparent about what they really are getting on these loads. Okay. So, hey, look, love you guys. Thank you. Short episode today. You know what I'm saying? We're going to try to shoot a product review next week. Got a class this weekend. I'm going to drop in some of that information on you all. Hey, love you guys. Y'all have a good day. I'm out.